Jared Sullivan, or as we like to call him, Sully. Yeah, there's some history there. Hey, Sully.
So, you changed your mind about lunch?
No, I need to ask you something.
What is it?
I found your name on a case and I need details. You remember anything about Sarah Goodman?
How can I forget? That was my first case, when McAdams was still in charge. I took the case with Davies.
Why did the FBI take the case?
Because of the husband. He refused to believe it was a suicide. He had some important and powerful friends, and we got pulled into it.
How did it go down?
The husband had left for a business trip. He was always abroad. When he came back this time, he found his wife hanging in their condo and immediately notified the police.
How did the case get handed off to the FBI?
The detective on the case immediately ruled it a suicide. The husband made some calls, and before you know it, Davies and I were driving to the scene.
So you were there at the crime scene?
Yeah, it was wicked awful. The woman had been dead for a while. Nothing like that for your first real case. Not that it was much of a case, or so Davies thought.
So the husband, this Robert Goodman, he was cleared of all charges?
He was abroad on a business trip. We checked, and his story cleared. He was very disturbed. Nobody's that good an actor.
Do you know where I can find him now?
As it happens, yeah. I saw him not long ago. He's on the streets.
He is?
Yeah, here's the saddest part of the story. He never gave up on the case. He obsessed over it. Quit his job, spent all of his money, lost his home. And it drove him mad. I dealt with him a lot of times when he would come here to beg for us to reopen the case, saying he had new proof.
So that's who that was. I remember seeing him a few times, yeah. Did you ever look at this new evidence?
Briefly, he went on about the possibility of someone having done this to others, but Davey said we'd be wasting our time, and really, there was nothing concrete. As for where you can find him, he hangs out around Shafter Avenue in Dorchester. I'll send the exact location to your phone.
Who closed the case?
Davies. We did our due research, interrogated Robert Goodman, but there was nothing pointing at murder. We talked to several family members who knew Goodman's wife. They had moved to the city recently from some suburb in California because of the husband's work.
What did the relatives say?
The victim was on antidepressants. They'd been living here for a little less than a year, and she wasn't coping well with the move. It all pointed to suicide. So, what's your interest?
I need to look at a couple of things before I can say. I may need your help on this.
Anything you need, Erica.
Thank you, Jared. See you later, Sully.
Yeah.
That's where Sully said I'd find Robert Goodman. I should ask that man about Robert. Hello, I'm looking for Robert Goodman. Do you know where I can find him?
Who's looking for him?
I'm Special Agent Erica Reed, FBI. Can you point me to Robert Goodman?
That would be me, Agent. What do you want?
You were married to Sarah Goodman, is that correct?
What about Sarah?
I'm conducting an investigation on her death, and I'd like to ask you a few questions. I was wondering if you can come with me to the station.
I'm sorry, but that's a part of my past I'd rather not relive.
It would really help if you came to the office with me.
No can do. I am fine where I am right now.
How could I convince him? Is this Sarah?
Oh, Sarah. Yes, this is her. I don't remember when we took this picture.
Mr. Goodman, I know this is difficult for you. I've read your file. I know what happened. There's new information on this case. I believe we may be dealing with a killer. There are others out there whose lives could depend on your help. Will you please come with me?
I'll come with you, Agent Reed. But I'm not sure I can be of any help.
Okay, Robert is in the interrogation room. I need to tell John. McCoy?
Red?
I've brought Robert Goodman with me. He's the husband of that other victim I told you about.
Good. Do you want a good cop, bad cop him?
No, let me handle this one.
All right, let's go. I'll watch from outside.
I heard you have Robert Goodman here.
Yeah. You know, Erica, let the kid handle it with you. This was his case after all. Plus, Sully can do some good grilling.
So you're determined to keep your lazy ass attached to your desk for the whole day?
Nah, I think you should go, McCoy. This is your case now.
So who do you want, Erica?
Let's go, John. I want to do this on my own.
Go ahead, Red.
I have to get as much information from him as possible. He's my only lead right now. Wonder what John's doing back there. All right, Mr. Goodman.
I'm only here because of what you showed me.
I know, and I wouldn't have brought you here if this wasn't important.
Oh, I'm not talking. I'm not comfortable.
How can I make you feel better?
I'm a little hungry.
Robert, please stay here. I have to get something done.
Don't take long.
John, I need to take care of something. Keep an eye on the guy.
He won't be going nowhere.
The old vending machine. Good thing I like to jog, or this thing would be the death of me. Oh, great. Works every time. These are tasty and healthy. Except maybe when you've had 5 bags in a row and called it lunch.
Yeah, good. How about something sweet?
Oh man, those look good.
Thank you.
So will you help me now, Mr. Goodman?
Call me Robert.
Thank you. Your wife, Sarah.
Beautiful woman. Very kind. She didn't deserve what happened to her.
You don't believe she committed suicide?
I didn't believe it was possible at the time.
There's new information, and
I've spent a long time trying to convince you people she hadn't killed herself. But that was such a long time ago.
sir, I'm a firm believer that it's never too late for justice. We may have made a terrible mistake.
Yeah, tell that to Agent Davies and Agent McAdams. Are they listening? Agent, those still are very painful memories to me. I'll help you. But I don't see the point in all of this anymore. Sarah is gone, and that's something that will never change.
Did you or your wife have any enemies? Anyone who might have wanted to kill her?
You already have all that information in your case files. Do you have any new information or not?
Our John Doe. Do you know this man?
Oh, that's horrible. Why are you showing this to me?
Trust me, I wouldn't show you if I didn't need to. We found him dead last night.
Wait. I do know that man.
Do you know his name?
Yes, of course, I don't remember.
Anything that you can help with. Where do you know him from? Anything?
I'm sorry, Agent. I don't remember.
All right. I should be able to get into his memories. But first, I need to find a way so that he'll let me touch him.
What are you doing? Don't touch me.
I'm sorry. I need to get him to stay put. This clearly belonged to Sarah. Did Robert leave it at her grave? This necklace.
My lord. I haven't seen that thing in ages. It belonged to my wife. May I? It was an anniversary gift. Where did you find it?
I visited her grave.
I used to do that, religiously, day after day, and until I just stopped. It's a thing of beauty. Just like she was.
Robert, I need you to think back and look for the name of this man in the picture.
I'm trying. I'm remembering the last time I met with my wife. He came up in that conversation. I just can't remember well. The details are...
Robert, please try to think back to that moment.
Have you ever lost someone you love, Agent? You want to hold on to the memories for as long as you can, but they dissipate through the years. And then all you're left with are the fragments, small moments. I've tried for too long to hold on to a ghost, and it didn't get me anywhere. Now I don't want to remember.
Robert, I know exactly what it is to lose someone you love. I lost my brother to a murderer. And I know what it is to chase ghosts, too. But there is a real chance here that if you're right, if your wife was indeed murdered, we may find this person. So please, help us.
It was the last time we met. We were at a train station. I was about to leave on a business trip. Again. Sarah was sad. She didn't want me to go. She hated this town.
I can't make anything out of this. My visions are too confused. Maybe I should pay Rose a visit. Robert, please stay here. I have to get something done.
Don't take long.
Hello, Rose.
Hello, my dear. How are you doing, my dear? How's that case you were asking about last night?
I'm having some issues with it. Something maybe you could help me with?
Tell everything to Mama Rose.
I'm talking to this man. I need to help him remember something. I can see his memories, somehow, but there are pieces that are missing. Things he can't recall.
People sometimes bury details, but you'd be surprised how much they can remember if pointed in the right direction. Like when the sweet smell of a bakery reminds you of Mom's delicious baked goods. Mmm.
Right. But how can I figure what will trigger him to remember?
But you can do much more than just that. You can see what they think they have forgotten.
He's a little twitchy already. If I start telling him this stuff...
That is not the way to go about it. You can use your own mind to help them without pronouncing a single word. Think of it as a kind of regression.
Regression? How?
Is there anything in particular you want to remember, my dear?
Sometimes I wish I could go back to the time when my brother was killed.
Oh, my dear. Are you sure this is something you want to do? It can be very damaging to your soul, a thing like that.
I went to the cemetery today, and something's been bugging me ever since. I can't put my finger on what, so I'd like to try to remember.
As you wish. I will be here to help you. Close your eyes. Go back to that moment, that day. Remember what happened.
I can see him. but I can't quite remember.
What is fuzzy to you right now?
It's silly, but I can't remember the color of his jacket.
What else?
I don't know if he was calm or angry or sad. I can't remember. I always see him angry at me. Angry at...
Try to remember what it really was, not the memory you've painted since. Tell me when you are ready, my dear.
I think I got it.
Now focus again. Focus on the actual regression and finish that memory you have just manipulated back into what it was. Are you okay?
I'm fine. Cordelia?
Who?
Someone I met today. She knows you. I stole a flower from her brother's grave. I'm such a horrible person. Who does that? What kind of a person forgets to bring flowers to her brother and steals them from another grave?
Calm down, my dear.
He was calm, Scotty. He had this expression on his face. He knew he would die, yet he had such a calm expression for my sake. He knew I had failed.
But you are still trying, my dear. And he knows that. Wherever he is, he knows that.
Okay, let's see what I can make of this. Sarah was a very beautiful woman. So sad. I can't figure out what color dress she was wearing. Your wife was beautiful.
Yes, she always will be.
Do you remember what color dress she was wearing that day?
Why are you asking me these questions?
It could help you remember details.
I can't remember.
He took a picture of her. Maybe this could help trigger more memories. How can I find the time? How can I find the date? What were you doing before you left? Did you have your cell phone with you? Did you receive any calls?
Yes, I did. And I took a picture of Sarah.
What did you do after?
I sent it to my sister. I don't know how this is of any help.
Trust me, it is. Do you remember the date when this happened?
No, I don't. Sorry, Agent.
Can you remember the time when you last met your wife?
No, I can't.
There's a text message from Karina. What's your sister's name?
Karina. I haven't seen her since, well...
Did she reply to that picture you sent her?
Yes. She commented on... She said she loved the color of the dress because it was her favorite color.
What is that?
Blue. Karina's favorite color is blue. It was our mother's favorite color as well.
They made a nice couple. What station were they at? Is this a note? Maybe I can make him remember it. Robert, you mentioned the last time you saw your wife was at a train station. Can you remember what station it was?
Oh, gosh. I don't remember what station it was, but I do remember I took her to a Thai restaurant on Boylston Street. Her favorite place. They have the best chicken curry in town. We went to the closest station on our way back.
Do you remember the name of the restaurant?
No. I'm sure I could remember if I hear the name.
This should help. Did you give her something that day? Anything?
Yes, in fact I did. A note.
What did the note say?
I don't remember. It was... I saw her opening the note as the tea pulled away.
All right, what do we have here? What did the note say? I need to gather more info. My visions are too confused. Ready to go. Robert, I want you to listen to this and tell me if it brings back any memories.
Mr. Goodman, let's go back to that last meeting with her. Was your wife upset that night? Our anniversary was last Wednesday. She was sad I was going to spend another one away, so we had dinner at our favorite restaurant. I had to leave from there, so we walked to the closest train station. I looked at my cell phone when I was leaving, and I told her it was our time. Inside joke. I handed her a note. The note said...
Any information you can give me from here?
The time. 9:30 p.m. It was something that Sarah always remembered from some date we had when we started going out. That was the time that night. Yes.
What about the note? What did the note say?
I don't remember. Don't you wish sometimes we could go back in time? I would have never left her that night.
What would I need to reenact that time? October 2008. This should help me figure out what I need. Okay, let me look for that restaurant's name to help Robert. There we go. This should help Robert. Okay, Robert, tell me if any of these ring a bell. Pad Thai,
That doesn't sound right.
fusion noodles,
That doesn't sound right.
curry palace.
Yes, the Curry Palace, that's the one.
Okay, we're making progress. No, that's not right. I need to figure out all the details before focusing my energies. All right, just like Rose taught me, focus on 3 things and 3 things only. Robert, please stay here. I have to get something done.
Don't take long.
This is a crazy idea, but let's see if it works. This is Phoebe, the mug Davies always carries around the office. I don't know if this is going to work, but I'll give it a try.
This is obviously a suicide. At least it'll pass as one. We don't have time to deal with this.
Don't you want to investigate further?
When you've been on the force as long as I have, you'll learn to pick the big cases from the ones that'll only suck up your resources and not go anywhere. We'll talk more outside.
Do you remember any other details?
Oh, Sarah was romantic. She liked nice dinners with candles and having a song that was just for us. That night I handed her a note. The note said, it was something from a song called The Taking from the Scarlet Furies. She told me several times that it was our song. So I wrote her something from those lyrics. I wish I'd paid attention to that stuff when it mattered.
That's not the song I'm looking for. That's not the song I'm looking for. This is it. This is the song. The Taking by the Scarlet Furies. Sorry, I thought I had set this to vibrate. What about it?
That song. That's our song. Oh, the note I wrote her had a phrase from that song. And though the rest I'm bound to lose, the one thing I'll take with me is you. This is strange.
It's a great song. And maybe it's a sign. I really do think I can help you, Robert.
I remember now. I remember clearly. I took a picture of Sarah before we walked down to Copley Station. Sarah had that look on her face. I knew exactly what it was.
God, this station is dirty.
They need the janitor from our station. What's his name again?
Mr. Longmore. Anthony.
Anthony, yes. He's a nice man.
Yeah, he's one of the only friends I have.
You have to make an effort to like this city.
feels like our life is a long string of goodbyes.
And hellos. Sarah, you know this is what I do for a living. Here, I wrote this for you. I could only find a napkin. I love you, Sarah.
Your train is here.
I'll be back before you know it. That was the last time I ever saw her alive. After I found her hanging in our apartment, my job, none of it made sense anymore. You have your name now. Am I free to go, Agent Reed?
Robert, I'm going to do my best to get to the bottom of this.
Oh, thank you. For Sarah's sake. You're a kind woman. I know it's none of my business, but you mentioned a brother who'd been murdered. Whatever happened to him, let it go. Don't end up where I did.
Way to go, kiddo. Go search that name. I'll give the man a ride.
Thanks.